Here we go. Here we go again. So here we go. Bill Clinton is blaming the mainstream media for her defeat of Trump in 2024. Now, when that election take place, it was in 2016. I mean, the story's a little played out. It's a little bit tiresome. It's a little bit old and stale. I think we all could say that. That's a little bit old and stale. Why? Why are we even talking about this here now? Because it just shows the influence that the Clintons still have on the Democratic Party, their connections there. But also, folks, let's look at this. Former U.S. President Bill Clinton has blamed mainstream media coverage of Hillary Clinton's email controversy for her loss in the 2016 presidential election to Donald Trump. Democrats have also for years accused Russia of helping Trump defeat Clinton, despite no evidence ever found to back the allegations. In an interview with BSDNC that aired on Monday, the former president discussed in an excerpt from his book, Citizen, My Life After the White House, published in November, highlighting the rage he felt after Hillary Clinton lost to Trump despite polls predicting her victory. Yeah, well, the polls were wrong. All of the polls were wrong. That's how it was, okay? So there we go. That's what was wrong. So the 42nd American president took aim at media outlets for the focus on his wife's controversial use of a private email server for official correspondence instead of a protected government-controlled one during her time as U.S. Secretary of State between 2009 and 2013. Now, let me be clear on this one, okay, folks? It's not just only the emails. Hillary Clinton ran a very out-of-touch, tone-deaf campaign, and even then, despite all of the media support, they lost, and they still hold on to this very day.
Mr. President, Donald Trump will be returning to the White House, unburdened by the pressure of re-election, with sweeping immunity granted to him, I believe, by the Supreme Court, and an alleged enemies list we're hearing. Do you think it would be wise of President Biden to preemptively pardon any potential targets? What about your wife, Hillary Clinton? She apparently is on Kash Patel's list.
For what?
Yeah.
Now, don't you like Joyce says, for what? For what? For what? And this is where all the pardons are being issued out here, right? The thing is, though, if you didn't do anything wrong, why do you want to pardon?
Well, they got a problem with her because first, she didn't do anything wrong.
Of course.
Second, she followed the rules exactly as they were written.
Mm-hmm.
Third, Trump's State Department found, they remember how the emails was such a big issue in 2016? Oh, yeah. Trump's State Department found that Hillary sent and received exactly 0 classified emails on her personal device. It was a made up phony story.
Yeah.
So, I guess if Kash Patel is determined to make one up, he could do it. But I think if President Biden wanted to talk to me about that, I would talk to him about it. But I don't.
Okay, now again, look, here's the thing about a presidential pardon, right? Okay, yes, it comes with great benefits, right? Okay. But the thing is, when you get a pardon, it's sort of like, okay, but what did you do that was wrong? Okay. And there's a lot of people that want Biden to be pardoning people. And currently, as it stands right now, Biden is actually pardoning some people. No, not high profile people, but more of, some prisoners and a few other individuals. But that's what Biden's doing at this point in time. That's what he's doing. But let's go ahead and continue on with this, because you could tell that there's fear in the air, fear and uncertainty. And by the way, just want to throw this out there. You do know that Bill Clinton and Trump are very good friends. Trump used to be a Democrat. I mean, all these people are friends with each other. All lies will be exposed, as a great prophet Cat Williams once said.
All lies will be exposed.
As it should be.
I don't think I should be giving public advice on the pardon power. I think it's a very personal thing, but it is. I hope he won't do that.
Yeah.
Trump, most of us get out of this world ahead of where we'd get if all we got was simple justice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's normally a fool's errand to spend a lot of time trying to get even.
Yeah,
Mm.
agreed.
But if he pardons them, that sort of implies that they did something wrong, which
Joy, that's a hush. You say the quiet part out loud. Say it again, Joy.
if he pardons them, that sort of implies that they did something wrong, which
Hold on.
pardons them, that sort of implies that they did something wrong, which they didn't.
Well, I have a
Oh, oof. And see, the thing is, there's a lot of people who want a preemptive pardon. Okay. Continuing on. Clinton, who in his book described the 2016 election as the darkest election possible in the United States, claimed the media blew the email scandal out of proportion. But yet, it was the media that was blocking it. I mean, maybe Fox, not maybe. It was Fox News and a couple other conservative outlets that were really making a front and center issue. MSNBC, no, dismissing it. CNN, dismissing it. All of corporate media was on board for Hillary Clinton. I remember 2016. I remember that election cycle. It's easier us to know what happened in 2016 in some ways than what happened in 2024 in terms of it all, because in 2016, you had two highly unusual things the former president told BSNC's Joe Scarborough, MSNBC's Joe Scarborough. First of all, the mainstream media told the American people repeatedly that the biggest issue was Hillary's emails. No, it was. That's what they said, not just Fox. I remember MSNBC and CNN dismissing it, trying not to make it the number one issue. The narrative about Hillary Clinton's emails made the headlines in later stages of the 2016 campaign, casting a shadow over the Democrat candidate. At the time, U.S. intelligence agencies claimed that Russia hacked the email of senior Democrats as part of a wide-ranging operation to damage Clinton's campaign and assist Trump. When, in fact, even the Trump State Department said she neither sent nor received a single solitary email on her personal device marked classified. The former president noted, insisting that his wife followed the rule that then existed. The rules were changed after she left office. Democrats have blamed Clinton's loss to Trump on Russia meddling, triggering years of speculation about collusion between the Republican candidate and the Kremlin. Their fact that Trump had ties with Moscow was based on a dossier fabricated by a British spy. From there, Democrats insinuated that WikiLeaks published internal Democrat National Committee documents and personal emails of Clinton's campaign manager had something to do with Moscow, while Russian bots and trolls posted misinformation on social media, which somehow undermined the election. Now, the thing is, it's been later proven that, well, the reason why Clinton lost is because they had a terrible campaign, that the numbers were all just, well, fabricated, massaged up. There was nothing more there. So the big takeaway is that they won't let it go. The Democrats will not let go of 2016. And here we are in 2024, 8 years after the fact. January 20th, Trump is going to be sworn in. And now there's so much fear of uncertainty because, let's face it, Democrats, you constantly kept on using lawfare against Trump during his first 4 years in his presidency, trying to impeach him, which, of course, it went through the House. But see, the thing is, the Senate is the jury, and that was never going to happen. And then, of course, you got going into 2020 and, of course, the entire 2024 presidential election cycle where people were trying to arrest Trump, get him off the ballot, put him behind bars, and you weren't expecting him to launch the Uno reverse card should he get elected into office, which now he did because he won on November 5th, to come ahead and use lawfare against all of his opponents. It's a sick back and forth game, and the American people are just there for the ride. But this is what happens when you create a world of lies. All lies will be exposed. Now, whether Biden chooses to pardon people, it's up in the air. He said he wasn't going to pardon Hunter Biden. But as we get closer and closer into January, I get this sick feeling in the pit of my stomach that more pardons will happen.
SWAT team took your neighbor today. Watched them as they walked him away. You told yourself extremists come in all different shapes. Met his eyes and lowered your gaze. Is it too late for us to ever change? We are collecting the dust of better days. They're always watching us, but we're never safe. We're not meant to be safe, not meant to escape. We aren't meant to wake. Sheriff stopped your daughter today. Pepper sprayed her twice in the face. He must have had good reason if he'd treat her that way. At least that's what they've taught you to say. But is it too late for us to ever change? Once we're collecting the dust of better days. They're always watching us, but we're never safe. We're not meant to feel safe, not meant to escape. We aren't meant to wake. Feds arrived and had you detained. Said you'd made some posts they want changed. Tased you till you felt like you'd forgotten your name, or life before they had you contained. Oh, life before they had you contained. SWAT team took your neighbor today.